All right, this is recording 810. The name of this recording is Listen Next 810. The name of my podcast is Speaking to the CIA. The name of my website is ChristinaSatia918.com or speakingtothecia.com. You can find me also on YouTube. You can find me also on Podbean. Okay, so the very people that, remember my last podcast was having difficulty speaking because the very people that are committing these crimes were like frantically trying to talk through my voice. They're all on waiting for me to finish making this recording, which they will promptly steal and act like, well, no, I think they think that people only take their word for everything because they're the wanted, if you know what I mean. So anyway, and they think that nobody pays attention to my actual podcast, and so they'll saunter about acting like they didn't commit the crime and try to racket it. But anyway, which is the easy way to catch them all because they're very attracted to my podcast. They're more paranoid about committing crime, and if they commit crime and know that I catch them, they're in the forefront trying to racket it. So they're noosing their own necks. So anyway, so let me get back to, let me report crimes that she committed this week, and then I've got more decode of what she did in the past. Gene Roberts and her Manson occult, the people that are stalking the heck out of the United States and the entire planet. Anyway, so, okay, United States, 2 Kentucky bank employees shot and killed during robbery during police, and then the police hunting the suspect. Okay, so the officer's name that they chose, they let me know when I read it. No, I'm not talking about you, Gene, posing as a cop. They let me know when I read it. They know that Gene Roberts and her Manson occult are committing. They know that her Manson occult are committing these crimes. They give me a confirmation. In some news stories, I get a confirmation. We know it's Gene Roberts and her Manson occult committing all these crimes. Okay, so because of Pennington, because I used to live on Colt in Pennington when I was in 6th and 7th grade. So anyway, Gene also uses Paddington Bear. Now, this was a bank robbery. So Gene Roberts also did that. Isn't she punny? She also used La Brea tar pits. She also used Mark Chestnut, the football player in Boys in the Hood. United States, 5 wounded in possible stabbing attack at Washington State High School. So last week on my playlist, she kept controlling my Scorpio 71 playlist. Like, she hacks the crap out of my phone. She will not get out of my phone. She won't get out of my phone. She will not leave me alone. No one will arrest her. She just keeps going buck wild, committing terrorism everywhere with her and her ring of fucking derelicts. And I'm sorry, she's inserting F words in my sentences. So, she actually, anyway, so they were telling on themselves how they successfully got away with inserting a whole clause in Christina's sentence. So anyway, she used in this, it was in Tacoma, Washington. So you already know Tacoma, Washington. But anyway, last week when she was controlling my playlist and she was putting on the Eagles on my playlist. So she was making an Eagles reference. So she's acting like she's not herself, and she's acting like she's some cutesy fartsy little fucking kid going, the government did it. It's always the government or the military or the Marines or blah, blah, blah. Okay, and then it was at Foss High School, so she used Hoss. She used Dukes of Hazzard. She's all pissed off because of SLPC, because the Ku Klux Klan, which is Gene Roberts, is in the process of getting arrested. And they keep showing out hardcore here where I'm at in Tulsa, Oklahoma. They like will not freaking relent. Anyway, so she used Dukes of Hazzard. She used Foz. She used Fuzz. She used Fonzie. She's making a reference to nuclear. She's making a reference to Patricia Kremwinkle. And then also, she's using the song, it just shows she's stalking my ex-husband. She's also using, There's a Hole in the Bucket, Dear Liza. We'll fix it, Dear Henry. And then United Kingdom homes evacuated as suspect. World War II device found. Okay, so as I was reading this, she's in my brain and she was going, thank you, automatically trying to racket it. So she's using flambe. I don't know how you spell it. Yes, Gene. I know I'm supposed to have put Heisenberg or Heisberg or what. I can't remember the name of that blimp. And the CIA told me, well, they just got themselves hugged. So anyway, Jean, see, there she goes, thank you again. She acts like she's a cop. She's not a cop. She acts like she's some special agent. She's not an agent. She's the criminal who commits a crime, and she pretends to be me, and she steals from me as cover for her ass when everybody knows she's the frickin' perp. So, and then what does she do? She'll steal my life story, steal what she did to me, flip it all around, pretend it applies to a whole bunch of other people. Steal Christina's identity and life story. I'll cover your butts. And then lies about me and then continues to make her money and continues to commit more terrorism. So anyway, so she's using flambe. Okay, which flambe is like, you know what that is, and you're cooking something and then there's fire. Okay, you remember what somebody was telling me she was using, you know how she said that she was banana cake to me when I was in Slidell in my brain? And there were African Americans on and they got really effing pissed at her. And they were like, what in the effing hell? They weren't like all like, No, they were pissed. So, because she thinks that she's the sought after DNA of all African Americans everywhere, I swear to God. So no, you're not going to lie, Gene. So anyway, somebody said that's what she was also doing with I can't remember that banana, you know where that one banana dish that you set the bananas on fire? I can't remember what the name of it is, so I can't remember what it is, but they said that's what she's using there. So, and then it's also, I keep saying she's running a flim flam sham, so she's using that. And then Pakistan, 5 injured in gas pipeline explosion in Burrawala. So Pakistan knows that Gene Roberts committed this crime. They let me know instantly. We know it was Gene. And they said, look, we see this Burr, she did that. She probably, Pakistan, no, Gene. They can't even communicate to me because Gene will try to talk over the top of them. What people are trying to say is koala, which would be Bananas Foster, that's what it is. And then Birkenstock and then Berkeley, so more BR words. Again, you know she is the Unabomber. India, Bailey Bridge collapses in Manipurs, and I'm not going to pronounce this right, Churachandapur. Okay, she's again using Christine Amanpour as a theme in committing terrorism. So, and it gets easier and easier to see this, and also, as you guys know, she uses Beetle Bailey, the comic strip also. And then Bridge, it also has BR in it. She's got a thing for bridges and tunnels. Okay, so she committed all of these crimes. So I'm going to end this recording and then I'm going to do another one.